Actually, the regimen to wash your hair is again very dependent on the kind of hair and scalp that you have. So what I actually recommend is to type your hair and to type your scalp. So that actually means you look at whether your hair is normal, dry or oily on the scalp. And then is it straight, frizzy or curly on the hair portion. And depending on that and the kind of profession that you do, you can wash it as often as you want. So it doesn't really damage the hair to wash it every day. The only thing is you have to take enough care pre-wash and post-wash to prevent the damage.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Chitrangada? Hi.
Yeah,
Chitrangada. Here. Hi, here. Can you see me?
We have a question here. Yes, sir, go on.
See, hair has been historically important. We have read in literature, Samson character, lost his life because his hair, locks of hair was cut. We know the importance of hair. But so much importance to hair care. Why it is the reason why? Traditionally also it has been done. I would like to know what gave the impetus to so much importance to hair care today. I would like to both the actress and the Dr. answer this.
Well, like you said it yourself actually, traditionally it's been so important. You know, the kesh was one of the most important things, especially in India. It's been really important, whether it is north or south, I mean, South India especially. I think that's a very important part of the Shringar as well, when you know, if you read the mythology or anything. So yeah, and I think now there's just been a lot more awareness about beauty and the way we look. I think the way we present ourselves has become... Change, exactly. You just, yeah, that's exactly the reason why there's so much of a huff about the hair. So that's the reason why we're here. And of course, there's so much of research about it now. So everything is becoming a lot more precise to your needs.
And also to add on to that, you know, just the stresses and strains of modern living. So earlier, the lifestyle we led were very simple. People followed a regimented form of living right through. So stress was less and most people's hair served them well. Today we find that people are losing hair in their 20s, graying of hair is premature. It's mainly because our dietary habits have changed. We've all become more international travelers. We don't always eat the kind of diet that good for us. We don't always look after ourselves the way we should, simply because of lack of time. And like Chitrangada said, the importance of looking good is only increasing. So we are actually not doing the right things, but it's becoming even more important for us to look good, which is why we need a lot more tools to help us look good. And hair is one of the things which really defines us.
Well said. Okay, we have time for 2 more questions. There's a lady at the back who was asking a question.
Yeah.
Okay, here she is.
Okay, wanted to ask you, you always had bad hair, or did you do something to get over it? Any special tips for us?
Well, actually, there's been 2 phases. So there was a phase when I was back in school and everything, my hair was great. And the thick plaits every day, the oiling, all of that happened. And then I think in between college and a little after that, the hair became really bad. Because I tried all sorts of things, you know, you go crazy trying different colors. But I think now I'm more careful with my hair. I go through a whole, you know, looking after what products you're using. Also, you use things that help you save yourself from heat, you know, for the hair. So a lot of other things, and of course gone back to the oiling and, you know, once a week for all that deep conditioning, hot towel, all of that. So hair is much better. Slowly it's improved, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you something, maybe it's not appropriate for this place, but a lot have been talked about your marriage. Do you want to keep
I'm sorry, let's talk hair.
We're talking hair.
Yeah,
We're
but I
talking
just
hair.
wanted, if you want to...
We are talking hair today.
Chitrangada ma'am,
Anymore? Yes.
Prabhat from Bollywood Glamour. My question is that are celebs really fond of the products they endorse, or just it's a business commitment kind of a thing?
It's a very good question. I think it's always better to endorse things that you would use easily. And I mean, standing here in front of this, you know, parachute, honestly, I really don't even have to say a line. I remember, my father was in the army, and I remember this small parachute bottle always there, like something that would always get packed with his clothes, you know. It's just something that I've grown with, I have used, and that's the reason why I think this is a very honest association that I have, and I'm very happy to be here with Parachute.
Okay, one last question. Last question.
Congratulations, Aparna. I just wanted to know, like, in biological aging of the body, hair forms an important element as well. and it's not very uncommon for people who have had very thick, lustrous, shining hair to have hair thinning and going sparse with age. So all that you have talked about, preconditioning and then treating it and then reconditioning, will it also stimulate hair at that stage?
See, the number of hair follicles that we have is constant from birth till when we die. So what actually changes the amount of hair that we have and the growth of our hair is the activity of the hair follicles. So when we are younger, especially in our first 2 decades, the hair is extremely active. Almost 80% of the follicles are growing. But again, hair growth is cyclical. So every 3 to 7 years, they go through a phase of growing, resting, shedding. But what happens when we grow older is that the activity of the follicle starts going down dramatically. So while all these will help, it's also important to take note of the fact that your hair may never be as long as 40 as it was at 20. But whatever length you have to shorten it to, it can still be very thick and look beautiful if you do all the right things for your hair. But it is true that as we grow older, both the length and the volume of the hair does tend to go down. People always ask me that some people at 50 also have very thick hair, but the difference is that they probably started off with 20 million hair follicles, while most of us start off with 5 million. So if by 40, 20 million halves, it's still 10 million, while 5 million can go down to 2.5, and then your hair can start looking thinner. So it's very important to work with the kind of hair that you have, and keep it at the length where it looks the most voluminous, and then look after it the best.
Thank you, friends. Sunblock even for your hair.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, and in fact a lot of research is being done around that now. It is slowly coming to be known that exposure of hair to sun can reduce the color on the hair. It can tend to cause something called weathering, which actually makes the hair more dry. So you do get products these days which can actually protect your, protect your hair from the sun. And also, I mean, the amazing thing is that, and this is not something we've yet backed with science, but I do find that a lot of my patients who use oiling very regularly, they tend to actually have less of these side effects after sun exposure. So maybe there is an antioxidant property in certain oils like coconut-based oils which actually protects you against the sun as well. It's something that is worth exploring.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. With this, we come to the end of the question and answer round. Thank you so much, Chitrangada, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And congratulations, Dr. Aparna, on this book launch. Thank you.
Chitrangada, here, please. Aparna, here. Thank you.